Partners in Ministry, a presentation of Josiah White's Quakerdale Foundation, dedicated to growing ministry support networks, introducing people to a cause that connects with their heart, bringing hope and encouragement to our communities as we seek together to serve as Christ served.
Welcome to Partners in Ministry. I'm your host, Dan Smith, and today I'll be talking with Angie Radcliffe. Angie is the program director for Renewed Hope Home Furnishings. Renewed Hope is a ministry of the Grinnell Friends Church in Grinnell, Iowa. In this interview, we're going to get caught up on what's been happening with Renewed Hope since the last time we visited, look at some ways that we can connect with their ministry, and see how we can help with some of their current and future financial needs. Well, welcome, Angie. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Dan, for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Renewed Hope really plays a very important role both in Grinnell and in the community as a whole. What is your mission?
So our overall mission that we have printed on our website is to be the hands and feet of Jesus. That as Christ's followers, we're obedient in our commission to love, serve, and help others while sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. So that's kind of our overall mission. We are accomplishing that in a number of different ways. So in our ministry, we have receivers, we have givers, and we have volunteers. Receivers are the people that we give furniture to. They are often people that are, they've been homeless, but they now have housing. They are people that have been through trauma, illnesses, addictions, poverties, job loss, relocations, just, a variety of different things. And so circumstances are hard for them. And so we're trying to do what we can to make things a little easier by not having to worry about how they're going to afford to have furniture. And we also try to minister to them at the time, asking if there's other things that they need or if there's anything that we can pray with them about. We work to build relationships with them so that they have someone to turn to if they need anything. And we've also done several community meals for receivers. We send Christmas cards to them. We invite them to church. We've just done a number of different ways of just connecting with them and reaching out to them. And they often will reach out to us because sometimes we are the only people that they know in the community. A lot of them are people that have just moved here. So we're just working to help them and to, fill the gaps for whatever they need. This is done by givers and volunteers. Givers are people that donate furniture to us. And we have very generous givers in our community. So I'm so thankful for that. This is often older folks who are downsizing, and they have good quality furniture and they don't know what to do with it. They frequently tell us that they like the fact that we will come and pick up the furniture for them because they're not able to move furniture. Sometimes it is adult children of recently deceased parents. And so, they're going through all the motions, getting rid of things, but they're also grieving. So this gives us another opportunity to try to minister to them and help them through that process. It's a variety of different people, but those two are kind of a lot of the people that give us furniture.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole thing, we never have a shortage of furniture yet. We have never had a shortage yet, which has been really awesome. And volunteers is how this whole ministry operates. We have a core group of about 20 or so volunteers that do the majority of the work. They're very dedicated and they help move furniture. Right now, we move furniture still twice a month, the first and the third Saturdays of every month. And so those core people are the ones that make it run. And then we bring in other volunteers as we can. I'm just kind of looking at my notes here. We have volunteers from several different churches in the community. So it's not just not just a Grinnell Friends thing. There's several different churches represented. And we also have teams in two of our neighboring towns. We have a team in Brooklyn and another team in Montezuma. And so those teams will help us. They will take the furniture to people in their communities. So that's helpful because we're kind of expanding out a little bit. On moving days, we typically have 2 or sometimes 3 moving teams that consist of about 6 to 10 people. And we move from about 8 a.m. to about noon. So it's about a 4-hour shift of time. We move anywhere from, or we stop, pick up furniture and deliver furniture to anywhere between 7 to 17 places on one team schedule. So we're pretty busy on those days. So I don't know if you wanted to know all of that, but that's how we accomplish our mission.
Yeah, you can. It's not hard for you to see the importance of volunteers. There's hardly any nonprofit that exists where volunteers are the core of what happens. It sounds like that's
Right.
very much for you too.
Right.
Now, you mentioned something that I don't remember hearing before, and that's the idea of these outreach teams to the 2 different cities. Is that kind of a new development in the last year?
Yes, it is. Yes, probably I would say within the last 6 months or so. And that's just because as our name, more and more people hear about Renewed Hope, more and more people want to get involved. And, we often receive requests for furniture orders in those communities or, any area communities around Grinnell. And so we've had team leaders that have reached out and said, hey, how can we help? We'll pull a team together. We'll, come and get the furniture. We'll deliver it. And so that's been really, really helpful
Sure.
because then our Grinnell teams can stay closer within our area.
Yeah.
So,
Well, plus they're building good relationships with the people in that town. I mean, to have somebody in your town helping you, you're going to run into them again, and
yes,
it just really
yeah,
helps create great relationships
yes, it
with
does.
people that you're
Yeah,
serving. Now,
yeah,
you mentioned 2 ways that people can connect with your ministry. One is obviously as a giver by being able to donate furniture. The other way
yes.
is being a volunteer to help out with the pickup and the delivery and some other aspects, or being a friend or inviting people to come to
Hmm.
church, that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
What are some
Right.
other ways that people can connect with your ministry?
Well, you can pray for our ministry. That would be awesome. We do have a prayer group that does pray for our receivers. I give them a list of their first names only, so that we're trying to respect their confidentiality. But we pray for them, and if there are givers, like I say, some of them, are children of deceased parents, and so they're grieving. So anybody that we are working with that we think needs prayer, we add that to our prayer list. Um, Other ways that you can help is through donations, through monetary donations, and yeah, we can get to that, I guess, in a little bit. But that is one big way. We do have some needs there. So.
Sure. And how do you get the word out about the ministry and what's happening? Do you have a communication team, or what's your approach to that?
So, well, we have a website, and I believe I can tell from the way that people communicate with me that people are watching the website. We have
Good.
a Facebook page, um, and so people can contact me through the website. They can call our church and leave a message. I have an extension here at the church. They can send me an email. Um, and a lot of people now, because we've been doing this for almost 2 years already, um, they have my contact information. They might have they're friends with me on Facebook, or they're friends with our ministry on Facebook, or they have my cell phone number or whatever. So there's a variety of ways that people will reach out to me. And a lot of it is people that we've served, and then they tell their neighbors and they tell their neighbors, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, word of mouth
Um,
is pretty powerful, isn't it?
yeah, one new thing I guess I did forget to put in here, and this is new within the past 3 months, we now have a Spanish translator
Mm.
that has come on board, which has been so awesome. I'm really happy about that. So we are now able to help the Spanish speaking community that we were not able to do before. So this lady and her husband will come along with us on our moves, and she'll help people place orders and do all the, the communicating between the two. So we've been able to help several Spanish speaking families because of that. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, boy, what a great addition to your team. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm a donor, I'm looking for a place to have my money make a difference. What are some current projects or things that you're working on that might be helpful for some financial donations from people like me?
Yeah. So financial right now, our biggest need has been for quite some time and still is a building. We currently still put our home furnishings into storage units. So we now have 4 storage units. We keep growing. We just added a 4th one about a week ago, but they're full. So the need for a building is increasing. And so last fall, our pastor and I met with a contractor just to get a ballpark figure of, if we were to put up a building, how much would it cost?
Mhm.
Because we do have room on our church property to do something like that. We haven't really moved forward with anything, but just throwing out ideas. And right now, the figures that he gave us for like a 30 by 60 cold storage building would be around 100,000.
Okay.
And then, if we were going to, finish it off and put, heat, electricity, and office space, and that kind of stuff, we're probably looking at around another 100,000. So it's a pretty lofty goal, but that's what we're starting to fundraise for.
Sure. Yeah. So my donation could be used to help pay for the rental of your storage units, or it could go toward
Absolutely.
for the building of your new warehousing. And warehousing is definitely something that's there's always going to
Yes.
be a need for the type of thing
Yes.
you're doing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we, our immediate costs right at this moment are paying for the storage units. We have recently purchased some moving equipment to help, with that kind of stuff. We also supply gift bags, and so there's cost involved in that. We have meals that go in the gift bags. We have personal hygiene items that go in the gift bags, and some of that is given to us through some of the local organizations, but not all of it. So some of it is funded through us.
Sure. Well, Angie, it's been great to get caught up. A lot's happening. You guys are really, really expanding. That's exciting to see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To
Yeah.
see. If you got any questions, if you'd like to learn more about Renewed Hope Home Furnishings, or you'd like to make a donation to help cover the costs of either the storage or the warehouse that they need, or any other financial needs they have, their contact information is right here on the screen. You can also find it in the show notes for this episode on our website, or in the description of this YouTube video. On behalf of Renewed Hope Home Furnishings, Angie Radcliffe, and Partners in Ministry, I want to thank you for joining us today. Until next time, let's get out there and serve as Christ serves.
This has been a presentation of Partners in Ministry, a podcast of Josiah White's Quakerdale Foundation. To learn more and see the show notes for this and other episodes, visit our website. To stay informed of up and coming broadcasts, subscribe to our e-newsletter. To invest in our mission, donate today.